channel, hit the subscribe button. It's your boy Bezo with Wheels. Got my wifey in the building. Say hi. That's enough. That's enough. Nobody's me looking at her. Anyway, yo, we are disassembling. I got ahead of y'all. This is the coolest shit. So this is actually, if y'all putting two and two together, this is how you would pump the gas in the truck. So he had this tank right here, custom installed like that. And then you pop, which is so convenient. Like, what? You chilling in the back of your truck? Anyway, we got that bad boy off now. Typically, I think we could have dropped the tank, but I always try to find an easier route. So I was able to just disconnect. This was the most tension. This hose was causing the most tension, so I was able to get at the bottom of that and loosen it up. And it gave us a little wiggle room to play around, stick my hand in there, disconnect these off, and then everything just dropped. So we'll get these labeled up, put to the side, and then we'll start disconnecting the bolts for the bed. My stomach hurt, don't come over here. I'm so sorry.
Throw it down.
You dived right in. Hey, you love me though, right? Thick and thin, sickness and health. What else they say at the?
Sickness and that ass.
Shut your ass up. Anyways, yeah, man. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think I want to keep the sides on as we take the bed off, just so it'll be easier for. Yeah, it's less stands. It'll be less stands that we have to deal with. So we're gonna go ahead and get those bolts unloosened. She's taking the roll pan off and got the back glass out. We're gonna take the front glass out as well. So we're gonna find that chaser. There it is. Pop that bad boy out, pull it all the way, same thing. We'll grab our suction cups. If I have some around here, I just can't find them. Shop's so damn messy. Look, that's a right up on her phone over there. Thickums. Anyway, what we'll do is, like I said, I'll probably run my tape like I did with the back glass. Yeah, so y'all stay tuned. Let's keep going. So off the roll pan. Got that pretty loose. My bad. I'm about to make a little noise. Wait, I'm doing my job. Hold on, 2 seconds. Warning. Sorry, babe. Okay, so yeah, those bolts are just gonna continue to spin. Did jump though. So yeah, brand new bolts. Let's go ahead and get them loose. Ooh, look at you. Look at you.
Got it.
Yeah, so let's put one bolt in there. Get your goofy.
I'm trying to get up.
Go ahead. All right, put one bolt in here and do the same thing on the other side. Just how he's bad for him.
You better not far about me.
I ain't no far by you guys. What happened?
You smashed my finger moving it. Hold it still.
My bad.
Put it up there. And hold it still. Damn.
You rip his wires. I'm
I
snitching.
didn't say let it go.
I'm snitching. Like, she did it. She's the one you want. Nah, I'm just playing. I got you there. I got a little.
No, it's shifted sideways.
Or just I just didn't want to be here holding it. Go ahead and just knock out the other two. I'll hold it. I'll be your holder. No, I'm just playing. All right, so we'll get this bad boy off. I'll cut y'all back on, and then we'll start the process of taking them bolts out. I just need her to be on the bottom side to so that we can get them out and they don't. We got the red wires, power, and then we got the black wires, obviously ground. It's connected to the frame. We did label them. He hardwired. There's no clamps, which is not a big deal. So we'll take off the tape and just disconnect it where he tied them into, and we'll still label them. So this is going to, taking off this roll pan is just going to ensure that if it ever shifts or moves, it's painted on the backside. And if he ever has to take it off, it just makes it much more professional when, indeed he does take it off and it's all painted. Like, man, that shit's gonna look how the back black glass is. So knowing that that's gonna be painted with the new glass in there, it's gonna be amazing, man. Yes, sir. So we got our wires. We'll have to disconnect it from the actual pan itself so that we can take the lights out and paint, do a little bit of filling in so that we can get it a lot smoother. And that's the only way these are gonna come out because they're hardwired. Everything is pretty much spliced together. We have our point A wire where it was connected to point A wire. We got point B wire connected to point B wire. C wire connected to C wire. And then we got our ground that was on the frame of the vehicle. So let's keep going. About 30 minutes, but we started without y'all. Got the bed off. Got the 4 big bolts. Got the roll pan off. And what she'll be doing is taking a few areas down to the bare metal, which is like this on both sides. We have some holes to fill in right here. We're gonna take those areas down to bare metal. Got the bare metal, and we'll start filling it in with the welder. Yup. Got our battery disconnected so we're not tearing anything electronically up. Gotta take that windshield off and then start pulling dents and dings. If you do, make sure you put a mask and stuff on. All right, man. I got most of this sanded. Still have to do this filler right here. But I hit it with the 220 block. We're gonna take our grinder. We're gonna clean all of this up. We might have to do a little bit of fiberglassing. Clean this up right here. And we're just gonna be focusing on the outside of that main lip. Now, for the most part, this is the easy part. It's just cool. Take your time, get it right, lock it down. No cracks, no peeling paint, no rust, none of that. Just block away, get it bad boy smooth in your X patterns. Just keep gliding. Let's go. All right, pretty much shape this up where it's fairly flat for the most part. Look at all the critics. You're not gonna clean that up. You're not gonna fill those holes. No, man. You actually want it to be where you can see, and that way water can run down. Because that water gonna sit in there. That's what creates rust. And then it's got holes for evaporation. Anyways, we got one more piece of sand. Let me go ahead and sand this. And then we'll be ready to blow it down, blow this area real clean. We'll seal it. We got the primer sealer. There's no really need to prime it. We didn't do no body work. So that's a primer sealer, rust killer, which is great. We'll reduce the primer probably about 10-20% with reducers. And then we'll seal it, let it sit for about 15 minutes, and then shoot the base coat. We'll shoot the black on there. And then we'll go ahead and let that sit for about another 15 minutes. Then we'll shoot the candy. So, yeah, y'all stay tuned. Let's get it. Real quick, I got to tell y'all, I appreciate y'all for all the comments, likes, shares, and subscriptions, man. Really appreciate y'all. The subscriber account has been up to about 15 to 30 a day ever since I got back on YouTube. Been about an 8 solid months since I had dropped, and I just got back on it. a little less than a month ago. Y'all know this ain't the backyard no more. This ain't the backyard. So I got a lot of subscribers that's been rocking with me since the backyard, since the mud. And I got to sitting here thinking, I was like, yo, this ain't the tent no more at the last shop. I had a little tent as a shop. Like, yo, I'm in here eating my bowl of oatmeal, and I'm like, hold on, like, just taking the time out to get that acknowledgement to y'all. I appreciate y'all. But we got some candy paint today, so we're going to hit that floor. If you are new to the channel, if you're a new viewer, hey, look, we are going to show step by step on how we done got to this point. That's the least I can do. We in the lobby, man, and things is upgraded, so it's definitely nice to be able to say that. And I wasn't even asking for no lobby. It just so happened to come with it. So if I can do it, you can do it, especially from somebody who ain't had no loans, no grants, no business, this, that. Yes, no guidance whatsoever. You talking about finding out and figuring it out as mistakes occur. So definitely appreciate y'all, man. Y'all did it. Time to get to it. We had the garage. We had the shop in the backyard for what's on first. Okay. Yeah, we had the garage first in the backyard that was only big enough for a car, barely that. And then we got the storage unit that was like 1,800 square feet that had a bathroom. And that's when I had built the paint booth. And now we here. We just got a lot more space. Got a parking lot in the back. We good. So it's definitely a blessing. So let's get to it. All right. Put Mr. Buckaroo up. That's my favorite thing. I used to try to spend $700-800 on a Glock, $900 on a Glock. You go get you a dagger. This 9mm. You go get you a dagger, bro. It's same damn internals as a Glock. It's same function, just like a damn Glock. Anyways, where we at? Let's zoom out. We got a few different candies, with a few different prices. Let's talk about the candy paint prices. My bad, my mind is everywhere. So look, we got the 3 pieces. These pieces are pretty much ready. We're gonna seal it. Typically on the sealer is like, I don't want to prime and have to sand anything. But if it's decent enough to seal, then you are ready to seal. Seal it and paint it and base it and clear it, and you good to go. We didn't have to do no body work on here, so there's no need for primer. So we're gonna dive right into it. Now this was hit with 220. The instructions on this HQ Auto Paint, this candy that we're about to apply, there's no, they say you want to be in between 180 grit and 220 grit. And I hit it with the 220 block, so we blocked everything. Grinding, we cleaned these up right here. And yeah, they are ready to go. Let's go ahead and get to it. So we're gonna take our rust killer, epoxy primer / sealer. Epoxy primer means like, this is 9 times out of 10 DTM. Epoxy primer is like what you would put on like bare metal. And then you got the sealer, like I said, typically 99.9% of the time, anytime you lay in primer, you're gonna have to sand it down, flatten it with like some 320, go up to 600 or 800, and then it's ready for paint. So most of the time you lay in primer down, you will have to sand it before it's painted, and you're sanding it in order for it to get, be a lot smoother. Sealer, you don't have to sand. Like if you got some bare metal, or you got some areas, some burn throughs, typically you seal it. You don't have to prime it and sand it back down again. So we're going to reduce it by 10 to 20% with some reducer. That way it's ready for sealer. So where is the candy? Boom, we got the candy. All right, bet. So we already got our sealer out, which is black. It's cool. So that black base coat will actually cover. It'll actually cover even better because it's black on black. This goes on first. This is your base coat. Then you got this is the base coat for the candy. So certain candies are gonna have to have certain base coats. So if you want to do like a real rich red, candy apple red, you would probably need a gold base coat. If you want like a dark, deep candy apple red, you would go with a black base coat. If you want like a mutual, you want kind of both sides, I'll probably go with that. Silver is going to be like a brighter, real rich candy. So same thing with the black. I've never shot this blueberry back. That shit sound crazy. This is a candy midnight blue. As a matter of fact, we're waiting on a ton of parts. He's basically getting his motor rebuilt. So the 67 Mustang is in good hands for sure. It's just getting the motor work done. We are pretty much done. We hadn't even color sanded and buffed it. It's ready though. So this is a candy midnight blue. This is gonna be a crazy. This is gonna be different. Let's get it. Y'all remember the paint shaker we had at the last shop? Come on, wait down. It broke. That was $300. I was like, nah, I'm cool. I got a free paint shaker. We got our candy. We got the primer mix. This is the sealer, as a matter of fact. I'm all over the place. We got the sealer mix. We made enough for later on because this probably won't be the only pieces that we seal. And then this has a 24-hour pot life, so we'll be all right. Your boy blessed to have a few different guns to choose from, but my favorite sealer primer gun is probably gonna piss some of y'all off, but I'll be spraying the sealer and primer with my DV1 clear coat gun, and I'll be basing and clearing with it. It's just my go-to gun for some reason. Like if I have to get up in the middle of the night with my eyes closed and gotta grab me something to snack on, it'd be this. So if somebody like puts it in front of me all the time, I'm just gonna go to it. I don't know why. I like the way it lays down. I haven't had any issues. I hadn't had no frustration with this gun when it came to like clogging, cleaning process, or just spitting out primer for some reason. That mother might stutter, and then it's ready. Candy should only be intimidating to the people that gotta pay for it. Like as a customer, if I'm a customer and I'm paying for candy, yeah, it's probably something you need to be biting your fingernails on. I'm gonna be honest, because not everybody can lay candy. So that means if somebody's charging for some candy, you better hope and pray they know how to lay candy. Candy is one of those things where if you just so happen to pay the $3,500 for the kit, you better hope nobody scratch your car. You better hope that you don't get no rock chips or nothing like that or major, because now you gotta see if that painter knows how to blend. Then you gotta make sure that that paint is very accessible. Then you gotta make sure the paint ain't super expensive. It's a bunch of different various reasons on why, as a customer, I would be scared of candy. That's what the hype be about. Oh yeah, once you scratch the paint, it's over and done with. It's possible to get that paint to match, but it's it's a hit or miss. And it's more likely to miss than it is to hit, because everything has to be right. The air pressure, the distance, the temperature, the pattern, the type of gun. I'm gonna tell you another reason why candy is so frightening and a risky deal, because imagine spending $4,500 on a kit and your painter can't paint it. You spend $4,500 on a candy paint job and your painter is giving tiger stripes and this and that and this, and mind you, I ain't the greatest, mind you. I've been in business for 5 years. You think I hadn't made them mistakes? Hell yeah, but that's the journey of it. That's the game. That's the learning process of it, is being on both sides. The customer standpoint and the business standpoint. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've had tiger stripes, runs, pigment sags, trash, terrible buffing jobs. I went through my little phase of making all those mistakes, but I didn't know they were mistakes until somebody pointed it out. So what I'm gonna get butthurt for? I'm like, yeah, all right, appreciate it. So I did what now? The stripes, the pigment sags? Oh, okay, all right, bet. And so if I pushed out any car within the past year and a half and it didn't look good, I knew. I knew it didn't look good. It's projects that I pushed out that I'm not happy about. But I also got some projects that I want to come back. so that I can really butter it up. It was either the time crunch or the funds. That's what it's always gonna be if I ever send a vehicle out and it looked at that. So starting with this truck, we love this shit. This shit fun. I'm about to butter this truck up. This truck gonna be pressured. This truck gonna be nasty. This truck is gonna set an example. This about to be one of the wettest C10s in the city. Hey, look how good this primer looks. This is primer. It's the damn good. Look like base coat. Look like a black base coat. And I hit one thick coat of primer. I said I was gonna seal it, but I was just like, you know what? Why not get it even flatter? So we got a lot of cleaning up to do. It almost looks like a reaction right here, but typically primer don't even be supposed to be looking like this. Look good though. So we'll let it sit for about 15 minutes. Come check on it, see how it feels. It's already flashing out for how thick I laid it down. I really wanted the texture to be on point. Even though these are little pieces, I still want them looking damn good. So these are going to cover up any imperfections after we sand it. Now what we'll do is actually prime it one good time. Then I'll go over it with some 320. We'll chase it with the 600, and then we'll put the black base on, and shit, it's ready for some candy. While that's drying, we'll go ahead and in the meantime, we'll start actually examining the truck just to see if we feel any more dents. Whenever you're looking for dents, you want to close your eyes for it. You don't want to visually try to find it. You want to physically see it. So this is a high spot. No, this is a high spot. This cheekbone right here, this is high. It's rounded like crazy. Why? Because this area got pushed in. You can actually see it. It slouches down, so it goes like that. So this area is gonna have to get pulled out, which is why it's the bare metal. Pull out a little bit more. You can see the crinkle right here. So we're gonna pull it as much as we can. And this is where things get expensive, is when not only do we have to pull out, you have to have the eye, you have to have the expertise to know that this has to be flush straight down the middle, no waviness, no nothing, especially on a candy paint job. So we'll pull that out, and then we'll tap this down. This will definitely have to be hit with the body hammer. Alright, we got that big crease pulled out. What we'll do, we had studs along the line. Yeah, we had studs along this line right here. Now this door has to come out. So what you're seeing is this is in a damn near normal position. It's this right here. We gotta try to match this fender. We pulled our fender out. This dent, this door also has a dent in it as well. So we're gonna pull this out between about right here and here. Once we pull them out, we'll be good. We'll know because the door hadn't been moved, the fender hasn't been moved. So we'll structure it out body wise and pulling and tapping. And then what we'll do is I think we'll take the fender off. Might not even have to come all the way off. And then we'll tap with our body hammer and our dolly to make this crease, this line rounded. You see how it's wavy? We'll fix that last. We want to get the middle pieces, this right here, pulled out a little bit more to match this because we know this is a lot closer than this from the original form. So, not gonna lie, I got the door damn near flawless. Like, I guarantee I could get away with four coats of primer and blocking the door. I probably wouldn't even have to wipe the door. I pulled it out so well. So actually, the fender is wrong. I thought we had the fender pretty decent. No, because I heard the pop when I pulled it in the right spot, and it's holding, it's good. It's no oil can or nothing. And this seam looks damn near perfect. So that lets me know that this is all really low, this is all really low. So I need to probably clean this up a little bit, run some studs, and tap this, because right here is high. All through here is high, this is low. So I need to be pulling and tapping with the body hammer and get this fender way, like damn near right on with the door. If we do that, we probably gonna have to do a little bit of wiping, probably even just some glaze, and this area will be ready. All right, we pulled as much as we could. We laid studs right here, through here. There's no more pulling that needs to be done at all. This is damn near right on, except for this gap right here. This is what we want to fix. And what we'll do is we'll take the door off, and it sucks, it's gonna take a little time, but we're gonna hammer out. We need to hammer this area out. We're just gonna round it, get it as close as we can, put the door back on. If it lines up, if it's great, we'll take the door right back off. We'll set the door aside, and then we'll start laying in paint. Nah, we gotta prep it up, of course, but time to get to it, man. Got that little dent pulled out. We don't need to put any more studs. Everything else that can pretty much glaze. Let's keep going. These rubber boots are riveted on there. How did anybody get a rivet gun in there? Y'all are talented, very talented. I think it came factory because, like I said, they're in there, which means they had to put the door on first, the boot, then put the fender on. So yeah, that thing in there, we got to get them out. So we tapping away. All right, that's out the way. Got the rivet. We'll try to see if we can find a harness. Had to go ahead and plug the battery back in. Raise the window up. Just damn. Yeah, I might have to put that wire back in so I can let the window back down. But so unfortunately, I don't like doing it, but can these disconnect? We're gonna have to take some wires apart, which, I mean, I don't mind if I have to do it, but that's because these are spliced together and they're in two separate holes, and the two holes don't, intercept each other. So whether disconnect that and push all the wires through. So whatever I disconnect, I'll probably have to hardwire back together, which it'll only be these two right here. So we'll do A, B, and B. And those are the only wires we'll have to take off, fortunately. So we should be good. And then we'll put the same clips back on. So let's go ahead. All right, got the door. Got everything. I had to take these fuses off to get them through this hole. So you can see the rivets, we'll tap those out. But we got everything out. We got everything pretty much labeled. we're not gonna panic on the labeling on this. We got the positive and negative, of course. Positive and negative, but we'll still label them just because. So let's get these sent over here. And then take this door off. That primer should be dry pretty soon. It's been about 15 minutes, so 15 minutes we knocked out the pulling on both. In 15 minutes we knocked out the fender and the door and fed the wires through. We'll go check on that. All right, I'm pretty much 100% certain that this is damn near right on, close enough to go ahead and just do the body work and then put the door on, because I plan on jamming it anyways. Now, what I initially like to do, because mistakes do happen, is what I typically do is paint the jams, paint everything, and then put the car together. I won't clear it, but I'll paint everything. I'll just base the jams, put the car together, then clear everything. I can get that clear coat in there, that's no issue. It'd be the paint. If I get the paint in there, put the car together, then clear, we in the game. All right, I haven't really figured out exactly what I plan on doing with the wires, because I damn sure don't want to hardwire every wire. I'll probably have to take the rivets out of this one, and surely it's a harness in there. Most of the time it's a harness, but we're not gonna worry about getting that far right now. Yeah, it should be a harness to disconnect. And then the red and black wires to the relays, those are already cut, so we could just pull those out, because I see them right here. But everything else, it might be a harness. So I've dealt with the C10s that had harnesses, so hopefully this one has it. But yeah, man, the dent is out. Hell, we can do a little bit of wiping. It's just a little low. If I really wanted to critique myself, I could have put a couple studs right here. And I think I'm gonna do that just to kind of help it. Less Bondo as possible, so let's go. All right, so we removed the liner. The liner is gonna have this right here. Front to back, side to side, holding them up. We located all the screws. Oh, we about to get the windshield out real quick. The dash gonna have to come back just a little bit. That antenna gonna have to come off the windshield right there. And then we can start separating our seams. Just like that. So you just gonna walk this bad boy. This will be the fourth one that I do. You're just gonna try to lift up on it as soon as we get that center piece, that center seal out. That's what's keeping the tension on the windshield and locking it in place. Now, I don't see any sealant up here, which is good for me. But yeah, we'll just go ahead and pull this bad boy out. We're just gonna keep going. That I don't know why. That's is just, I haven't had to use that primer sealer. No, yeah, I haven't used that primer, but it's taking a little long. As a matter of fact, I do know why. It is cool. It's not hot. It's not humid. It's none of that. It's really cool outside. These parts are actually cold. And I came over here to kind of put my thumbprint on it, and I can see it still. as y'all can see. But I did hammer it, and I did put some heat on it. So it's actually on the cool down process. It just, it's not drying as fast as I'd like it to be. We probably got slow activator maybe. I didn't check that. Yeah, so we'll let it sit a little longer. While it's sitting, we'll just do some work. I normally go around, try to pop up anything that might be holding it down. Kind of loosen it up, preparing it to get ready to come out. Same thing on the inside, you're gonna have to, like I did on the last one. Boom. See, that's where we want to be. Like that. But you can actually get your finger in there. Once you get your finger in there, you're just boom, 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 all the way across. And same thing, the dasher have to come back a little bit. And then the corners, work them corners first. Work these corners first. But yeah, let me go ahead and get all this ready. All right, so I don't mean to make it sound easy. It took about 25 minutes, about 20 minutes to get this thick shit off of here. So really two ways you could do it. You could try to squeeze the rubber through, or you can just break the seals, that's what I did. So I went around the whole glass pushing on it, and whatever area seemed like I heard it lift, like a weak spot, that's what I started with. So then with literally, I don't know why I say that word all the time. Anyway, I do it just like this. Get up against the glass and put the string on the front side. You can do really, really thin string. You can do fishing string. You can do, my go-to was this right here. Boom. This right here. Welding wire. Boom. Put it up against that glass. Slide it up against it. Push it through. Grab it. Boom. Pull it all the way out. Get you some good gloves. And just rock it. Rock it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And this is where we had the glass out. Then we'll pull the rubber seals off. And then I'll have my glass guy put it in. I wasn't about to charge nobody. I've done it before. This is my third time. So, yeah, we'll get this glass lifted out. We'll set it on a stand, and then we'll keep going. Now we can grab these seals. See how we looking. No rust. No rust. Looking good. No rush. Didn't have to take the dash out because of the way that I took out the windshield. Alright. I would probably get a new seal. The only thing about getting new seals is they have to put in. Good to go, baby. Yes, sir. Now, the purpose of doing all of this is so that you get a clean paint job. You want a clean paint job. Look at the difference. You pay $7,500 for a paint job. You don't want to deal with this. You don't want to. Yes, you can't see it, but the thought of like, man, if anybody was to ever take my car apart, damn, he invested in a good ass paint job. In the meantime, we're gonna be welding up some holes that he requested to be filled. We're gonna do some tack welds, grind it down. We got a few spots around the vehicle, but we got a MIG Lincoln welder, a 140 MIG Lincoln Easy welder. So, yep, time to get going, lock in, make sure our tank is good, make sure we got some gas in there. Let's run it. First off, yeah, cool. We're gonna run it about 2.5. I like it. All right, let's run it. All right, so we brushed it off with our bristle brush. We'll come behind it one good time to kind of fill in some gaps, clean it up, and then grind it. Pretty much got it completely flat. We're gonna fill them in just a little bit more, and then that'll do it. We'll be ready for some mud. The goal is to get it like it was like never there. So we'll get in. We'll try to fill in these little pinholes. These little tiny pinholes, just like we did with this one down here. Clean it all up. Flatten it, that way no water sits in there. No holes, no nothing. And then we'll be able to mud it as well. Let's keep going. All right, went ahead and shot the jet black on there. So it's black primer than the jet black. I could have honestly not have shot the black, but we want to just go ahead and use it. Now we got the blue mixed up, man. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Gosh. Yeah, that's a good looking blue. That's a good looking blue. And that's just the base, y'all. Got the base coat on. Get ready to clear this thing. Alright guys, I was spraying the base with my JetX 5500, my SATA. This is my Awada WS400. This thing is a beast. We got some of the show clear in here. It was 4-to-1. This is from HQ Auto Paint. The clear coat, the base coat was 1-to-1. The base coat for the candy was 1-to-1. Like I said, this is a candy base coat, clear coat. I'm aware that you have, you know, the different stage candy, which is gonna be like a house of color. The concentrate inside the clear coat carrier, this isn't that. So, all right, man, here we go. right, we got that first coat on there. Don't panic about the little nibs and trash and the little dots and ding. Like the trash, anything that land in the clear at this point is not a big deal. Typically, you would want to wet the floor down and prep the area, but these pieces I'm not too concerned about. I plan on color sanding and buffing it regardless of what type of trash get into it. Now, of course, try to shoot for the cleanest paint job possible, but this is more so I just want to see how the paint is going to lay down. I want to see if the paint has issues. I want to see if it's curing properly. I want to, if anything were to happen, I'd rather for it to happen on these pieces right here. But the color, let's pay attention to the color. The color looks amazing. This is a different type of blue than I've shot. It's got a bluish purple tint to it. In person, this is way different from this right here. So I'm loving the way this is coming out. It actually looks like, the first thing I want to say is blueberry. I like that it's a different tint than it is over here. Like I said, this is the first coat. All the little dots we're not worried about because you still got second coat and third coat to bury that trash in it. Sounds crazy, sounds scary. Bury the trash? What do you mean? You want enough clear coat on there to be able to color sand it out. Or if you don't want to color sand and buff it, you could hammer it with about 3 or 4 coats of clear that's pretty heavy and get all of that out. 90% of what you see, 9 times out of 10, let's get it from this angle. Like, you guys see how it looks gritty? It'll come out on my second coat. So I'm gonna get ready to hit my second coat. It's been about 10 to 12 minutes. We'll go ahead and hit it. Let's get it. All right, now this is about 2 coats. Okay, you see how we got right here? You see how flat that is? That's how you want it to be. That's how you want it to be. We're not looking at the dots and stuff like that. Like I said, this is the second coat. I'll probably hit 1 more coat and then I'll be done with it. That's what we're kind of aiming for. The pearls and the metallics in there is dancing, doing great. I'm gonna hit once, see how it's not as gritty anymore, even at the angles. So I know for a fact that 1 more coat will carry most of it, but I'm not gonna go excessive on these parts. We'll do a light coat of 3000 grit, and God, oh, this over here is crazy. This bar, this right here is, camera ain't doing nothing at all. That camera ain't doing nothing at all. I could pick it up and bite it, man. Look at this shit. This shit juicy as hell. All right, man, so we got the pieces. I'm not really worried about it not matching. It'll match. It's a base coat, clear coat. It's fairly simple. But yeah, man, this thing, this truck, look, can't even talk. The truck about to be dummy. The truck is about to be the cleanest in Oklahoma. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go ahead and stamp that. This thing is nasty. Metallics in there dancing, as y'all can see. Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all watching, man. We're gonna get in here and clean up, jump on the truck. Y'all stay tuned, man. We got a lot more to do. We got a lot more to go, and we're moving pretty quick. Let's go ahead and shut it down with the paint area. We're done with the paint. Let's go ahead and get this truck ready for some body work. All right, so right here, we're gonna take this big boy right here, and we just gonna pull it right up on that lip. This is bothering me. Everything else is straight except for this right here. So we're gonna hook it right here, and we're gonna give it a few pulls. A few pulls and we got it. We got it. Got this out. Now we're ready to wipe. Take some wax and grease remover. We're gonna chase this. We're gonna see how far it go. I'm a little concerned about it. I don't know if I want that on top of. Mind you, this helps this not spread. This is a DTM primer, which is direct to metal, and Rust-Oleum. Rust-Oleum it helps with corrosion and rust, surface rust. But I still want to chase it, see how far we go with it. So this area is fine. We don't have to go any farther than that. We can hit it with some 80 grit. That actually is 80 grit on that little grinder. But everything forward of this body line is a little iffy on it. I don't wanna put no candy over that. Of course it'd be the rust, but it's just better. As a matter of fact, that's what that's for. That rust killer. So we'll just weigh it out. I'll do a little bit of more due diligence on the rust killer, because if that's what this is for, this stuff right here, then let's use it for its purpose, rather than taking the whole car all the way down to bare metal and using it. I don't think it's that's not going to be any different from just regular Sherwin-Williams DTM primer. Like, it's not going to say rust killer and X, Y, and Z, yada yada yada. So I think that's what that's for. So anyway, let's go ahead and wipe our dent though. Alright, we'll let that sit for a little bit and then block it down with some 80. Alright, man, I think it's about that time. Push on out of here. It's about 5 o'clock. Put in a good 10 hours today between this, the Mustang. We got a Cadillac outside. I put about a good 4 hours in today, getting that windshield out, door off, the pulling and painting those pieces. Now, video looks great, but the process wasn't as smooth as it probably seemed. I had a few rings, so I had to sand one piece down, sand it, and this one failed. It scratched up the primer, and I was like, I'm gonna just hold off on it. Spray those two small pieces. More so wanted to get some color so you guys can see what color is going and get an idea of what we're shooting. Candy, real quick, let me talk to y'all about some candy if y'all are interested. Real quick before we end this video, I am dirty as, boy, look at me, dirt, I'm brown. Yeah, anyway, real quick, I just wanted to kind of go over briefly, like, the techniques of painting, whatnot. You don't let painting overwhelm you. Don't let the thought of painting candy overwhelm you. It's all more so the hype, man. When it comes to painting, you want to be comfortable more than anything. So just relax. More than anything, when you get ready to spray, just relax. Make sure your gun is clean. Make sure your settings are set decent. And when it comes to like the comfortability, it's a mind thing more of anything. I think anybody can spray, you know, use a paint gun. Anybody can use a paint gun. The trickiest part about painting is making sure that what you're painting is smooth enough for it to look great. Because you can have some shitty work done or some body work done, and you put a glass paint job on top of it, it just diminishes the paint job. So painting isn't the part where you're supposed to be panicked about. Like, forget being stressed and worried and concerned, like, can I really paint? Do I know how to paint? I don't feel like I'm a good painter. Forget that. Anybody can paint. Is the preparation of the surface A1. If you don't, you should be concerned about that rather than actually painting. I promise you. Like, my kids could probably butter some shit up. So don't let that overwhelm you. Don't let, you know, the thought of or watching videos pressure you into not wanting to go out there and grab a paint gun and open up a shop or whatever the case is. I think the hardest thing about being a body tech is not trying to sweat. Like that's the hardest part. It's all repetition. So the more you do it, the better you'll get. I was trash at body work, and I ain't gonna lie, I was never trash at painting. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I kind of had an idea of what it was supposed to look like when it laid down. So when you understand that much, when you understand you don't want no orange peel, no pigment sags, no trash, no fisheye, no runs, no solvent pop. You don't want none of that. You want a flat, clean, like if you know what a paint job looks like after it was color sanded and buffed, that's what you should be aiming for. But if you're aiming for that, don't panic when you run, because they say if you ain't running, you ain't painting. But the purpose and the goal out of that clear coat, it varies though. You got different brands of clear coat. You got some $1,000 clear coats that'll lay down and it'll probably look just like you color sanded and buffed it. But more than anything, man, don't ever let the pressure of painting push you away from painting. I dove out there simply based off of not letting the fear overcome my actions. It starts from the mind. It literally, and that's with anything. It ain't just about painting. That's with anything in life. If you ain't there mentally, you're not going to ever be there physically. So, man, I can't wait to get in the shower and line my shit up and put some deodorant on. Dang. But anyways, don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Like, put it in there mentally, like, yeah, I'm the coldest painter ever. And it ain't about competing with somebody individually, but if you want people to come to you, you're gonna have to push out that you're the greatest. You're one of the greatest. I strongly feel like I'm one of the greatest. Do I have work that I'm not proud of? Absolutely. I think everybody does. But yeah, man, don't let that hesitate you, or don't let that stop you, because if I guarantee 99% of y'all that are itching to paint and itching to get out there, I felt like that at a time. But that circle, that mindset, that thought, that procrastination that you tell yourself every day, and the excuses that you make for yourself every day, that's not gonna get you in the door. Because I had that, and the only difference between me and you is I stopped having that mindset. I stopped telling myself, like, nah, I can't do it. I could never do it. I don't have the right stuff. I don't have the woo-wah wham. Like, there's no excuse, yo. I started off with a $20 paint gun, and I started off with a 20-gallon air compressor. That mug stayed on and barely kept up with my gun. I had to cut my hose in half just so it would reduce the expansion of the pressure. So there's no excuse. I started in the backyard. I didn't have a shop. My shop was not climate controlled. This is my third shop. So yeah, man, if you thinking about it, go ahead, go right ahead. I'm your biggest supporter, if you ask me. And 80% of everything that I've done, I wasn't asking necessarily for help. I just had to do it. I have 80% of the shit that I've ever done, or that you've ever seen me do, that was 9 times out of 10 my first time ever doing it. I just had enough confidence, and I have an idea. When you have that mindset of visually closing your eyes and knowing what that panel is supposed to look like, I promise you, you'll have it. You'll have it. You ever watch something and be like, man, I can do that. But there's times where it's like, I can do that, and then you try it and you bust your ass, and it takes you a while to figure it out. That's me. Sometimes it takes me a while to figure it out, or sometimes I might have it on the first try. But I don't ever let that persuade me from not doing it. I ain't never welded before I actually got a tank on my welder properly, but that didn't stop me. I didn't have a tank for 40. I think I had that welded for about 4 years. I never had a tank up until now. Now my welds are coming out great. Now I know what to look for and why whelm. I ain't the greatest. I'm not the coldest, but it's all repetition. I'll be getting better. So yeah, man. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, hit subscribe if y'all haven't already, man. And if there's anything that y'all would like me to kind of go over or mention or talk about specifically, I'm all ears, man. I'm, like I said, my heart's super big, so I'm gonna do whatever I can as best as I can when I can. Y'all make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Like I said, man, we're gonna get up on out of here.